Today we will talk about two properties that we have already tokenized on our platform. From the developer, the construction company, and all questions will be answered by co-founder of the company, Roman Bogach. The representative of the company is Roman Bogach, co-founder of the construction company. Previously, Roman and Ivan Chamre were involved in the production of metal structures in Ukraine and collaborated with brands such as Bulgari, Bacardi, Jameson, Jägermeister, Pardomi, Martini, Samsung, Jack Daniels. Also in Ukraine, the partners built low-rise buildings and the unsuccessful Binaryx law firm. Currently, the construction company has 5 major projects in Bali, and now we will talk about 2 of them, CASCADE and Chumagi. We'll have a more detailed conversation with Roman. Hi, Roman. Thank you for coming to visit us. The question we immediately ask our partners is, why Bali? So how and when did you start your activities on the island?
We started almost 3 years ago. Before that, we were building in Ukraine. We also had furniture production, and we had plans in Bali. But when the war started, we completely moved all our assets to Bali and began actively building and engaging in development. Yes, construction activities.
How many projects do you currently have in Bali?
Right now, we have 4 projects that are fully completed, and 4 more are at different active stages of construction. And 2 more are launching in the next quarter of this year.
That's really great, and we congratulate you on that. And could you please tell us a bit about the old cases, the old projects, how they developed, how their prices increased, and how they are still increasing? Are your projects on Bali?
All right, I'll even start probably with the basic case about the land. The first piece of land we acquired, if we compare the price, that has increased over 2 to 2.5 years, it's gone up by 2 to 2.5 times. That is when we took 100 square meters for $500,000. For 500, 1,000, and up to $1,500. In the Chumagi project, land increased 2.5 times. For example, we even added to it now. We had a land lease for 25 years, and to extend it, we added more years. With the current price, which has increased by 2.5 times.
How many projects have been built over the entire time?
We already have 4 projects that are fully built, 4 at different stages of construction, and we are launching 2. In the first year of 2022, we launched 5 projects. The first projects we worked on took more than a year and a half to build. But now we are completing the latest projects in less than a year. So this complex that we are currently in here, we have 12 villas, and they were built in 11 months.
So you don't have any problems delivering your projects on time? And do you actually deliver your projects on time?
Yes, we are on the first project. First of all, on the fullness of our financing. Our projects, this probably sets us apart from the market a lot because we have some projects. So this is proof. We built with our own money and sold not on plan, but off plan. That is not while the construction was happening, but after it was already built. And for the first project, we didn't set any ambitious marketing deadlines. We really built it. We had internal deadlines. We wanted to build it in 15 months, but we ended up building it in 1920. So we understood that we build ourselves. We are our own general contractor, the main one. And we are a construction company and then a development company. So those were our internal deadlines. And now, having gone through all the circles of Indonesian construction, all this mess that's happening here, we already understand the market, and right now we are trying to indicate construction timelines as accurately as possible. We try our best to indicate construction timelines correctly.
What are your main problems in construction?
The problems are not just with us, but with the entire Bali market. First of all, Indonesians didn't build such real estate. Never. Just 5 to 10 years ago, they built from bamboo and wood. We came with European technologies. We want European quality, so we need to train. We're strict in our operational activities. We work every day for 12 plus hours, and we really dove deep into it. Everyone wants to find a way around. We are tough. On operations, we work 12 plus hours every day, and we really dove deep into it. Everyone wants to find a way around construction because that's how it is. We bought the land, drew up the project, found some Indonesian contractor and got started. We are a little different. We looked at the market and thought, why is everything so bad here? We started step by step, grain by grain, figuring out what the problem is. So we went back to the very beginning, the purchase of land. There's the commissioning, the construction permit, and then the foundations, all the stages. We've been through it, and now we're on top of our game. We understand everything, that it's not all that simple here. We need 2 to 3 times more people than in Ukraine. Well, there's very, very strict Balinese micromanagement.
We've all heard about this. She has been living in Bali for a very long time. Yes. Who has been living in Bali for a very long time.
And yes, about the quality of construction. It's very similar here. Yeah, just some viewers who haven't been or haven't dealt with construction in Indonesia, in Bali, they might really... There's no understanding. I'll say more. I didn't have an understanding there either. I wanted to come there thinking, yeah, we can just bring in 200 people in 6 months. We'll catch up, we'll get everything done. There's no winter, it's different there. There aren't many layers in construction. In short, I was mistaken. There is a very strong specificity here. The market, there's no winter, but right now it's the rainy season when it can just pour for a week, and construction is really affected there. Right now we have 250 people working on the construction site with salaries and over 150 subcontractors. So, and can you imagine there are just 250 people there? Well, about 50 of them are in our offices, back offices, and the rest, 200 people, they are just standing around and can't do anything on the construction site because it's raining. Of course, we are optimizing right now, breaking down our internal work schedule into different stages. So where there is 0 cycle foundations, of course, it rains there. We take the crews and move them to other projects. Where is the box already? So that they can already do the finishing touches, the interiors, where it's not raining anymore. Well, these are just some examples.
Could you please tell me, you mentioned that you were training the Balinese. Were you able to teach them at all?
Yes, first of all, not just the Balinese. In general, Indonesia has 17,000 islands, and here we are actually working on probably 4 out of 5 islands. Everyone has their own, they are like, we say, like every Marvel superhero. Each of them has their own little quirks. Someone, I don't know, with a high IQ, but doesn't like to work physically. Someone, on the contrary, they say, we don't want to think, let's just dig, but we dig better, that's it. And we, as owners, our employees need to understand who is who, put them in place, and piece together this puzzle. For the team to really work, this mechanism needs to function. For example, Bali, they don't want to work too much. On the construction site, they do a lot of smart work in the office, back office. The main workforce is probably the Javanese from the neighboring island of Java. Arrives 4go, 6no, 759, 8go, 950, 8go. And regarding your question, how did we get to this point? First of all, one of our employees' KPIs is knowledge of the Indonesian language. So we have an Indonesian language teacher. All our employees, within 2 to 3 months, already have a basic understanding of the Indonesian language. No, we want them to know. Some people take a little more time, but Indonesian is quite an easy language. And this allows us to communicate with the workers in one language, and it pays off in construction in that case.
Besides great construction organization, what other advantages do you have compared to other developers?
Okay. As I already said, the first thing we probably have is, on some projects we have full funding for our projects, some new ones, large ones, partial funding, 70% of the projects. We already have, when we just start a project, we come in with our own finances. That's the first one. And the second thing that probably sets us apart from the rest of the market, as I mentioned, is that we are a construction company, not just a developer. So there are very few of those in the market. So we have our own construction company within our development company, which acts as the general contractor. So we build ourselves. This is actually a very important advantage. So we build ourselves. This is actually a very important advantage. Also, probably one of the advantages of our company is that we have a group of companies. The subject of the group is already why a group, because there are already several companies and they cover almost the entire cycle. So we have an architectural bureau. So we design everything ourselves from the concept to the working documentation, and then it goes to the development construction company, which implements the project. We also have the largest furniture factory in Bali at the moment. We supply both our units and many other developers. It's real. We have a really cool level of furniture. To give you an idea, we can make more than 100 kitchens a month. It's very big. Plus soft furniture, metal, CNC, various machines, and it all ends with the retail direction. We've been working in the retail direction for over 10 years, sourcing from China, and we can supply almost everything. Plumbing, appliances, lighting. Why is this important in real estate in Bali? Because here the units, as you know, are built with a connection. Few people understand what a connection is. This is the finishing work. This is with the finishing work, with the furniture, as we say, with slippers, with bathrobes, so that a person can either move into this property and start living there or start renting it out as an income generating property. So, and this is something that many of the initial developers probably don't understand. Whoever is there, some have a background and some don't have one at all. This is a completely different story, but I don't know who comes in there. With a European or Ukrainian background, they come in and might not fully understand by the end. How much do we need to cover by the end of the project?
Listen, all the other developers, they rent the land for 25, 30 years. How are you handling this issue?
In our pool, there are many cases, both leasehold and freehold. I believe in both scenarios, you just have to look at them, leasehold as well as freehold. I believe in both scenarios, you just have to look at them. As I mentioned, we speak Indonesian. We don't buy through agents. We find ourselves, myself, I don't know, it depends. Check entry price and submission, location matters. You can calculate the math even on leasehold and freehold. You just need to look at the entry price, what you can submit on it, as they say, location and good. I don't know the view characteristics and entry prices there. I don't know the infrastructure, roads, access, or the shape of the plot. It seems to me, in my opinion, both leasehold and freehold can be profitable. On this and on that, we can all earn well together. For example, the CASCADE project, we have it in freehold. On this and on that, we can all earn well together. For example, the CASCADE project, we have it in freehold. Great conditions. We have it in freehold, but for our clients, we offer a unique leasehold for even 50 years. This is really cool. It's a competitive advantage. It's competitive. A competitive advantage. You can check.
I ask about investor guarantees and insurance conditions. Do you provide any guarantees to your investors? And do you have any conditions for insurance?
At the moment, we have insurance, fully covering the entire unit, 1 year. So everything there, I don't know, furniture, plumbing, and so on, and constructive. All monolith, we have a lifetime warranty. So if it's leasehold, it's 25, 30 years. And if it's freehold, it's until the end, freehold.
Can you please tell us why you opened your management company and, of course, about your experience with other management companies?
Yes, we had an understanding when we were building, we think, about the end. When we finish the construction, we understand that we are closing a lot of things. As I mentioned earlier, this is a group of companies. We want to close the loop. We thought from the very beginning to create our own management company, but at that time, when we were finishing our projects, we were just stretched thin as much as possible, like Van Damme, because we were launching different projects and we just didn't have time for a management company. We started looking for companies a few months ago. We held tenders for all of them. Large companies, management companies that, you know, absolutely everyone, big and medium and even small. But the problem with some who are just entering the market, maybe even with a name, but their name was somewhere there, some backers. They have it in other countries, but as we know, everything here is different, both in construction and with management companies. Just cleaning up here is already a quest, to clean nicely and to manage all the processes. This includes bulk work, simple repairs, and various small tasks. All processes, these are bulkings, simple repairs and various minor ones. That's why we didn't trust the new companies entering the market. We chose one of the companies that were already on the market, and basically it's nothing, but we really understood. I don't want to accuse anyone. There were, of course, epic fails on their part, really. It was a hand-to-face situation, but let's not talk about that. We're talking about we realized for ourselves and why we opened our own, because we pursued different interests. The interest of a management company, which is just a management company, is simply to make money. And they should be a mediator, but the right kind of mediator. They must protect the interests, first of all, investors, and also in real estate. Optimizing costs, probably the main goal, and to take care of the small things. We have a guarantee. Some developers don't offer any guarantees. So when you have a crane pool, the management company should take care of that. And the management company usually wants to, I don't know, just offload everything. At construction, the construction company where they built the parapets on DWL, and I don't know. They just don't bother to optimize costs. Of course, it's easier to find a pool worker for $500 than for $300. You need to put in a bit of effort, do some practice, teach, all that. So basically no one bothered. That's why for the investor, our financial model really sometimes in certain months, I just don't know. Unoptimized costs, spending, forgot unoptimized expenses. And it was just eating up about 40-45%. And we know that with the company's percentage, it should be up to 40. And in the first months, it was 45 plus. So if we finish this topic, they were only making money from this. And of course, they wanted to earn more. We have another interest. We earn from construction, from development, and from the service company. It's a way to close things up and provide service and really give those percentages to the investors so that the investor can just sit somewhere sipping their cocktail and not worry that his real estate in a normal state, it brings a decent percentage. In short, everything is great. So we can sacrifice our earnings from the management company. So we have a scenario where we in our service company can actually do nothing but actually provide service to the end user, the tourist, and the investor, their investment money.
Entry starts at $30, registration takes 5 minutes, and you become the owner of profitable real estate in Bali. We are now located 50 meters from the new CASCADE complex.
Tell me about it, please. We are currently in the Cabo area. We have 3 projects underway here. We are just developing the area here almost. Behind us is 1.5 hectares of land. One project is a resort that we are building for ourselves. It is not for sale. One is the Cabo Villa, where we are right now. It is the one that became the reference for the CASCADE project. Why did it become the reference for the CASCADE project? Why did it become that? Because all the units in this complex are sold with warmth. This is the planning. This interior, this unit has entered the mass market for us. We call it among ourselves that it is such a mass market for us in the good sense of the word. But we listened to our clients, the investors in this complex, and made improvements in every sense. We made it a little bigger. In the CASCADE project, there is a similar unit with 2 bedrooms, a large living room with a kitchen, but the area is slightly larger. They also did it there. The air conditioning is more thoughtfully designed, and now we have given options because we listened to our client about what they want. There can be a bit lighter, more girly, because it has that kind of refined European look. It's a bit rough around the edges, a bit of a loft style, minimalism. But some people still want a bit of boho, a little more relaxed. So we have interiors to choose from. Now there are 3 colors: gray, classic white, and beige. So the investor can really choose what style they want to go with. So without any extra charges, he just chooses the interior. It's secured for him, and we implement exactly that. Plus, the area has become a bit larger, and not all units in this complex have a view. In that complex, the CASCADE project, all the units have a view, and as we mentioned today, plus there is land in freehold. So we provide a leasehold for 50 years. That's really, really cool.
That's a really cool bonus. Instead of the usual 20-25 years for land lease in Bali, you get double that. Okay, can you tell me who is the typical tenant?
We already have analytics. We've been renting out our units for more than half a year. Some have been there for 7 to 8 months. These are usually young people from 20 plus years maximum. Basically, we've had visitors from Japan, Australia, and China, around 40-45 of them. But in general, if we take the average age, it's between 25 and 35 years old. Young people. Some are influencers, marketers, photographers, models. But in general, if we take the average age, it's 25-35 years old. Young people. Some are influencers, marketers, photographers, models. This is probably the main pool, but we actually have people passing through. We've even had Indonesians renting our units for parties. There were modern people from Jakarta, Indonesians renting, Koreans, Japanese, I mean everyone. A very diverse and affluent crowd.
But still, I say they are all modern young people. And can you please tell me about the infrastructure that is nearby your area, specifically in Kaba.
Okay. To give you an idea, we are located in the Kaba area. It's a bit further west of Canggu. We like this area because it's a bit different. There's a vibe here. There's also a scenic quality, a Balinese island vibe. But everything, all the clubs and parties, is just a stone's throw away, really. 15 minutes. We're in Canggu, 10-15 minutes to Seminyak. A lot. Everything is there. I won't go into details. Whatever you want, it's there. And if we talk about everything that's close to us, we can mention our internal infrastructure, because we are building one of the first complexes is the resort. It's there. The common area with a shared pool and a bar is the first little part, and it will be ready soon. It will be ready earlier. The infrastructure will be built even before the CASCADE project is completed. And also like this, a nice surprise for our viewers, pleasant, near, specifically the CASCADE project by the river down below. We will be doing an infrastructure project on more than 10 acres. Just infrastructure. This will be a spa, a sauna and a gym, co-working space and a cafe. Just one such infrastructure project that will be able to serve all the complexes we've already built here.
Thank you very much for today's interview. Maybe you want to say something to our investors?
Buy it because you deserve it. And thank you, it was great. See ya.
We revealed all the highlights about the two new projects, the CASCADE project and the Chumagi project. They talked about the founders, the company, and their experience. So, now is your chance to switch to our platform and invest at the most advantageous stage of construction, during the development phase. Thank you for watching these videos until the end. Invest with Binaryx and see you next time.